Alright guys, today I'm going to show you guys how to make a fireball weather event in Roblox. Whereas after a short time, fireballs will come in and they'll hit the sky and create a crater and kill your player. Let's dive in. First thing you want to do, you want to add a script. We're not adding any parts. Everything will be added through the script, so we don't have to add any parts to make this work. You want to go to service script service, add a service script, name it whatever you want to. I named mine Fireball. Then we'll go through all the setups in the Fireball script. First thing you want to do, you want to add a debris, local debris, GetService. Then you want to add Workspace, GetService. And then your Fireball spawner settings will be constants. We'll have Fireball size, damage amount, fall speed, Fireball count, sky height, warning time, intervals. Warning time just be when your smoke comes up, it'll send a cloud of smoke to warn you before the fireball comes. And then intervals will be how long it takes between each fireball spawn. Of course, the size of the fireball, how much it damages, and speed and count. Set this whatever you want. We'll try something fun for the next time. We'll do 1,000 fireballs. I don't know what that's going to do to the game, but we'll find out. Here, this one's just to see how much area the fireball covers. Right now, this map I have right now is just 500 by 500 studs. So that's where we set here, but you can set it accordingly to your map size. Then there's going to be some sound effects. We got constants with some Roblox sound IDs for fireball and explosion. And I'll show you what we'll use those later on in the script. There's a function to create warning smoke. And we're going to use an instance. We're going to create a part with an instance. This part doesn't have to be dragged into the workspace. We're going to change the properties of that port, the size with a vector 3. You can just adjust this accordingly. There's a position where the port will, smoke part will come from. There's an anchor. It's true, can't collide, false. Transparency is 1, and then we're going to parent that to the workspace. Then we're going to create another smoke instance in the smoke part. And with properties, we set, you could change this how you want with opacity, rise velocity, size, color, and parent that to the smoke part. We're going to add the item to the debris with the smoke part name, and a warning time constant. There's another function for when the fireball hits. Fireball will, if it hit a character or player, it will find that first child, the class and of the humanoid, and it'll take damage. For the constant we set up top, the damage amount. Set it to however you want. Right now we set it to 100. I think realistically, if a fireball hits you, you should die. And then we set another instance for an explosion particle. So we have the properties of that explosion, which will parent to the position of the fireball. And we got blast radius will parent to the constant fireball size times 2. And then blast pressure, and then the enum for the explosion type. So we want to make craters. And then we're parent that explosion to the workspace. We're creating another instance here, a sound explosion with sound, explosion sound. We got properties of the ID with the constant explosion ID up top. Then we got the volume, play on remove. We want to make that boolean true. And then the parent, we're going to parent it to the fireball with a short task delay with a function to destroy the explosion sound. And we also would destroy the fireball. Another function to spawn the fireballs based on position with an index fireball count constant. And then we'll do the X and Z axis with a map.random using the constants of map min and map max. And we'll do a spawn position with the vector 3 of the constant sky height with the X and Z axis. Then we'll do a table insert for positions and spawn position. Now we'll create the warning smoke with an index for in I pairs of positions. We'll create warning smoke function with a vector 3, the X and the Z axis. We'll do a task wait with the constant warning time. And then we'll go down to another index with I pairs for positions. And we'll use the angle direction with the vector 3 and the map.random. Here just shows you how far we want the height of the spawn fireballs, And then we do an offset with the angle direction times the minus distance above, which is 200. And then we'll do a start position with the vector 3 of distance above and the spawn offset of the X and Z axis. To create one more instance with for the fireball, it'll be a part. The properties will make that part a ball. The size will be the constant fireball size with the vector 3.new. Material is neon. Color, set it whatever you want. Right now we got red. Anchor, boolean is false. Can't collide is false. You put can collide to true, the fireball will bounce off the workspace. And then we'll name it fireball. We'll get the position, the start position up from here, and then we'll parent it to the workspace. And we get the sound ID for the fireball. It's constant. We set up top with the sound ID. We'll do properties with the volume, play on remove, and we'll parent that fireball, parent the sound to a fireball. Short task delay to destroy the sound. And then we'll go down to another instance for the fire, and we'll set properties for that fire, heat, and besides heat, and we'll parent that fire to the fireball. And this, we'll try to get the fireball to come more of a downward angle. And this right here, we'll do it with a variable named speed equals map.abs with a constant fall speed we set up top. And we'll do fireball.assembly linear velocity equals the angle directions times the speed. And then we will do a touch event, touch with the function hit, fireball hit, and then we'll clean up the debris with a fireball, in the lifetime. We'll end it with a main loop, task.spawn function with a while true do equals wait time, map.random with the constant min interval, max interval. Task wait will be wait time again, and then we'll call the function spawn fireball. All right, we'll try it again with 1,000 fireball count, see if that causes any lag in the game, and that'll close out the video if everything works. We'll just see what's the difference. I went from 100 fireballs spawning to 1,000. Oh, wow. Cause any lag? I mean, like some lag, but you can always adjust that to your game and your needs. Thank you guys for watching. You can adjust the fireball count to your needs. Thanks for watching, and remember, subscribing is free. See you on the next one.